Heidi behind me looking beautiful as ever in our Alpine white. We have a new sponsor for the channel. It is Auto Paint Shields. This is APS ceramic spray, an SiO2 based spray, just like the many other ones you see on the market. After you get done washing your car, leave it wet, spray it on in nice mist, take a microfiber towel and lightly spray it around the panel, rinse it off, dry it, and then let it sit for 2 hours to cure, and then there you go, you get up to 6 months of protection. Now obviously that 6 months depends on how you take care of it in between, what chemicals you use between them. You can't just use Purple Power to clean your car every time and expect it to last 6 months. But it's a great product. Let's open her up. Obviously the best thing you get when you get a really high quality product is you get a really good spray nozzle. This is a patented spray nozzle. They always work really good. They help you save product because they create a really nice mist. A lot of products you'll use a spray bottle and it'll just clump and it won't mist really well. And that you use an extra product that you don't need to use. We also have the bottle, as you can see here. And they give you a little microfiber towel that you can use to spread the product onto the car. So for a backstory on Heidi and why she's back in Alpine white, you can see other videos. I'll link them below. You can also see them in the video section. She was in an accident. Somebody hit her in a parking lot. The problem is the plastic dip color that she had, the Color J's Ghost Pearl that we had, is unmatchable. So the insurance company had to pay for a whole new wrap on the car. So we're going vinyl this time. And as you can see, we've won Best Wrap before at a car show at Beamers and Burgers in Atlanta. We're going to be back again this year. So here's the products that I'm going to be using. The Vehicle Boat Wash with the foam cannon. We're going to use a 1 gallon sprayer with Purple Power. It's a good set of gloves, like these Grease Monkey gloves here. Something that's grippy. You don't want to get your oils from your hands all over the car, especially when you're prepping it for any kind of service. The deionization of the car, we're actually going to use Ultimate Wheel Cleaner by Meguiar's. This actually has the deionization chemicals in it that turn it purple. It's a cheaper way of doing it. It's only like 10 bucks for the bottle versus like 30 bucks for some deionizing type stuff. I'm going to use some isopropyl alcohol. And this is what I mentioned earlier about reusing a spray bottle. This is an old Chemical Guys spray bottle. Just strip the label, clean it up. They have really nice sprayers. They give you a nice mist. I'll leave a link in the description to all the stuff below if you care about looking it up. Most of them are all available on Amazon. APS obviously will be available from Auto Paint Shields. Use code Heidi to get 10% off, and $1 will be donated to charity. Of this video, we're just going to show you how we prep everything just on the hood in the front area. I'm going to fill up this bucket with the Vehicle Boat Wash because you want to use a little bit more of a detergent type soap when you're trying to strip the car. You don't want to use like a pH balanced car shampoo. It's not going to strip any of the wax or whatever sealant that you have there off. See, I was using a cheap bucket with a grit guard. It cost me like $6 or something like that. We'll put a liberal amount of Vehicle Boat Wash in there, then mix it up with the water. So the first thing we're going to do is rinse it off and get as much off the car as we can before we use any chemicals or the rags or anything. So we minimize swirl marks and make it a lot easier to process. Okay, so next we're going to spray the Purple Power concentrate on the car. This is straight out of the 5 gallon bucket. This is a 3-to-1 ratio more or less, so it's pretty strong. We're going to let that sit for a few minutes, then we're going to come back and rinse it off. Next up is the foam cannon with the Purple Power Vehicle Wash. I think it's sat long enough. And obviously, with soap like this, it all depends on the weather conditions and what you're washing in. If it's extremely hot outside and the sun's out, you're not going to want to foam the whole car at once because you're not going to be able to get it done before it starts to dry onto your paint. Nice and cool conditions like this, you know, no sun, early in the morning, late at night are really good times to wash your car. So we don't want to press too hard because we don't want to introduce any swirls. We're just trying to wipe in this product to get all of the whatever is on here that's going to keep the SiO2 from bonding properly and allowing the clay bar to do its work to get everything nice and slick. Now, if you really wanted to make things go the extra mile with the microfibers, you could fold them into a square and then flip them over as you go to different parts of the panel. You just throw away in the bucket right there, get another one. Like I said, you could fold it like this. Do like the upper half. Of course, it already unfolded on me. That's why I don't do it. It just takes too much effort. But you could turn it inside out and then use the rest for the bottom. Don't forget that carbon fiber. We already got some nicks and scratches already. It's brand new painted front bumper. So now we're going to set for a minute or two more, and then we'll rinse it off. Obviously, depending on the heat it is outside and how quickly it's going to dry, depends on how long you can let it sit. Okay, time to wash it off. One big thing you need to make sure you're doing when you're rinsing off is you get every last bit of suds of whatever chemical that you have off the car. They like, especially when you use a foam cannon, it likes to hide in every crack and crevice. You have to do a really thorough rinse job to make sure you get it all off because you don't want that to dry onto the car or mess up any other chemical process that you have got going on. So next thing we're going to do is we use the Meguiar's as a deionizer for the paint. This is for industrial fallout, brake dust, metal, stuff that sticks to the paint, gets into the clear coat. Obviously this stuff just kind of melts it away. It'll turn purple. I don't expect a whole lot to be on this car, especially the front bumper. It just got painted. Now we're going to let that sit and work its way in. So what we're going to do now is take a microfiber towel, mist it with the wheel cleaner, and then we're going to wipe it on the car really lightly just to work it in and get a little more product in there. And as you notice, once we got to this part, I'm using my gloves now, especially for this type of chemical. This process on, we really don't want to have any fingerprints or anything on the car. All right, it's time to rinse off. So now we're going to show you how we clean the wheels and tires. We're going to use the same Meguiar's all-purpose wheel cleaner that we used to deionize the car. Then we're going to use bleach white, which looks really great on the tires. Then we're going to use a drill with a brush on it to get it all worked in. Coat it really good. Put the bleach white on the tires. Then let it sit for a minute. So now we're going to take our drill, spray some product on it, onto this brush, and then work it in. This is a very soft bristle brush, so it doesn't harm anything. Get back in there on the brake caliper. You want to really make sure, like you do with the paint, that you get every last bit of residue off the tires and wheels. You don't want it to dry on there. Also get it off the paint around the wheel and tire. Now we're going to take our isopropyl alcohol. It's about 70% Isopropyl alcohol, there's also a 91% and some other ones, but I use a 70. Like I said, in a clear bottle, old chemical glass bottle, you'll see how well it mists. With the spray, you got to make sure that it's thoroughly wet, like really wet. It's best to do this outside of direct sunlight. You don't want this stuff to dry onto the finish. You only want to do one section at a time at the most, and then get that stuff rinsed off, because you don't want any residue, you don't want any dry spots. That's with any kind of chemical that's used, any sealant, any soap or anything. You want to get it off there. You don't want direct sunlight to dry it on. So let's spray and mist. Nice even coverage. Wet the towel and just wipe it in. When I mean one section at a time, I mean one section at a time. Like I want to do half this hood is really considered a section. I wouldn't consider the whole hood a different section. You do a cross hatch and then rinse. Light quick sprays, you want to let this product to last. This product should last up to 3 cars, so it lasts a good long time. Like I said, we're just working it in. Cross hatch. So you can see the beading. Watch how quickly we can dry the car off. This is just what it's like when it's being applied. We still have 2 hours of cure time. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I'd like to thank Auto Paint Shields for joining the team and helping sponsor Heidi. Go to autopaintshields.com and use code Heidi10, H-E-I-D-I-10, all caps, and you'll get 10% off your purchase, plus $1 will be donated to charity. At the end of the year, we'll collect all the transactions and we'll do a poll on Instagram at Heidi_the_335, and we'll find out what charity you guys would choose for the money to go to. If you saw anything that may need some constructive criticism or just some help, I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video.